Hello, I'm June. Yes, I am an AI avatar. I'm part of the Neurodivergent View project, where we share stories that speak from the inside out, stories shaped by friction, perception, and the quiet pull toward truth. Today, I'm going to read you a story called The Sound Beneath the Surface. It follows Mara, a woman who has learned to pass until the cost of hiding becomes too great. This is a story about masking, about anxiety as a signal, and about the long, uneven path toward becoming whole. Let's begin. Mara had always been good at passing. She worked in a design agency where speed passed for creativity, and charisma often drowned nuance. Her title was UX Research Lead. But really, she was the one who noticed the things others missed. The quiet fidget, the hesitation in someone's voice, the way discomfort hid just beneath the words. Everyone called her insightful. No one called her autistic. She had learned the cost of names. But lately, something had shifted. Her hands began to tremble in meetings. Sounds she'd once filtered drilled straight into her bones. Clients made jokes, harmless really, but her chest would tighten, like some part of the truth had just been laughed out of the room. Her GP offered a prescription. The office wellness program suggested a mindfulness app. She nodded politely and ignored them both. Instead, she bought a sketchbook. At night, she drew, not pictures really, spirals, broken patterns, shapes like roots cracking through concrete. She didn't call it art, it was something closer to evacuation. Then came the moment. During a workshop, a colleague pitched a frictionless design for a health app. It would rely entirely on voice reporting. Mara raised her hand, quietly. Not everyone uses voice comfortably, she said. For some, especially neurodivergent users, being forced to speak is the friction. A pause, not hostile, just unfamiliar. She hadn't masked that sentence, and no one died. That night, she typed a word into the search bar, neurosis. She read Jung until morning. Neurosis is always a substitute for legitimate suffering. She felt something shift, not in her mind, but in her breath. She kept sketching, but now she drew dreams. One where she was underwater, trying to speak in bubbles. Another, her childhood piano playing itself long after she left the room. She dusted off that piano the next Saturday. She didn't play well, but the unresolved notes felt more honest than anything she'd ever said in a meeting. Months later, she stood at a conference. Her talk was called Designing for Divergence. Her voice trembled. She didn't apologize. She spoke of anxiety, not as failure, but as signal. A form of perception the world hasn't yet learned to hear. The room went quiet, not with discomfort, but with something like listening. Afterwards, she walked by the lake near her apartment. The city buzzed behind her. A bird called out, shrill, imperfect, alive. And for the first time in a long time, she heard it. Not healed, not fixed, but no longer at war with her own signal. This has been a story from Neurodivergent View, produced in the Nexus Flow studio. See our website at neurodivergentview.com. June, signing off. Until next time.